KGO 810, Mark Thompson Show. It's Thanksgiving weekend, and we've done some best of stuff. But this is fresh content with the guy who reports on movies and music. He comes to us on a rainbow. He is the Culture Blaster, Michael Snyder, everybody. Come on, Michael.
Hey there, Michael.
Hey. Hi, guys. I hope everyone's enjoying the Thanksgiving weekend. I mean, again, I must decry the senseless slaughter of so many innocent cranberries just to feed
I thought you were going to say something significant, and then you went with the joke. My God. You are...
And this is their new hoax.
Yeah,
of course.
Wow.
Hey, guess what? I'm really kind of fascinated. Friends of mine saw the Rolling Stones last weekend, and they told me that Mick, Keith, and company opened the show with Metamucil for the Devil and closed it with Hobblin' Jack Flash.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Well, that is a reference to how old they are.
That's not fake. That's real.
I think that is fake.
Well, it does remind me, director Peter Jackson's 3-part docuseries Get Back, a fascinating in-depth look at the making of the Beatles' 1970 album Let It Be and the live rooftop concert that was the last show by the band. It's on Disney Plus now. It premiered a couple days ago. Pretty wonderful.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's 3 episodes. You get almost 8 hours of intimate time with the Beatles at their youthful peak, with scads of beautifully restored, previously unseen footage. If you ever wanted to hear the Beatles play the theme from the classic movie The Third Man for a minute or so, you're in luck, buddy. And speaking of Disney Plus and television, Hawkeye, the latest Marvel TV series, debuted, set in New York at Christmas time, so really topical in a way. I've seen it a couple of episodes, and so far it's a blast. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. What else do you have? You have very limited time on this holiday weekend.
Okay, well, listen, if there were any questions about Stephanie Lady Gaga Germanotta's bona fides as an actress, her turn as Patrizia Reggiani in director Ridley Scott's fascinating and often droll House of Gucci should dispel them. Gaga...
I think droll is a ding word. I didn't understand the rest of the words you said, so there's probably another ding in there. But
right.
Droll is definitely a ding word. Thank you.
Come on. Gaga, she's won Grammys. She's a tremendous songwriter. She's gotten respect from the Oscars, BAFTA, and she was great in the 2018 remake of Star is Born. But this should definitely receive awards buzz for her. It's a vibrant, complex portrayal of Patrizia. She was the wife of one of the Gucci's. House of Gucci basically traces the history of the famous Italian fashion house from the time that she, the working-class daughter of a trucking company owner, met reserved business student Maurizio Gucci, one of the potential heirs to the Gucci empire, and seduced by the opulence and glamour, she decides to get a hold of as much of it as she can. And
opulence is a ding word, by the way. Okay, go ahead.
Adam Driver, really good, quietly calculating as Maurizio. They begin a relationship that leads to a tempestuous marriage.
Tempestuous is a ding word.
It embroils the couple in a battle for control of the Gucci brand. And, man, everybody else in this movie is spot on. Jeremy Irons plays one of the two brothers who are in charge, Rodolfo. He's the Mauricio character's father, and Al Pacino is on fire as Aldo.
He's always on fire.
Yeah, that's true. He's somewhat unhinged. Perpetually demeaned son Paolo is played by Jared Leto, completely unrecognizable. Everybody is fantastic in terms of the performance, and this it veers a little toward melodrama and farce, but in a good way. And you got a very cool, witty script. And
is there a story there, or is it's about the rise of Gucci?
It's about Gucci's power, and it's how it was. It kind of the relationship between the actual Gucci's and the actual business starts to fall apart, and it's about all of that, and about Patrizia and what she did as a catalyst to make a lot of things happen, not always for the better. This is
catalyst is a ding word.
This is the second movie in like a month or two from Ridley Scott. He did The Last Duel, which also featured Adam Driver. As duels go, no contest. House of Gucci wins. It's in theaters.
All right, cool. What else do you have?
Okie dokie. I have a very interesting movie For those of us who are familiar with Los Angeles and show business, most of filmmaker Paul Thomas Anderson's best work is actually set on his home turf, L.A., and specifically, in the case of his acclaimed feature Magnolia, the San Fernando Valley. Licorice Pizza is the writer-director's latest, and it's a period piece crossed with a coming-of-age flick set in the Valley during the early 70s, and its lead actors are a couple of up-and-comers who were well-suited to the task. Alana Hayam, singer-guitarist from the terrific L.A. pop-rock band Hayam, which features her alongside her sisters Esty and Danielle, and Cooper Hoffman, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. Cooper plays Gary Valentine, love the name, a precocious high schooler and kid actor and would-be entrepreneur in his mid-teens. And Alana plays Alana Kane, a young woman in her mid-20s. She hasn't found direction in her life until she becomes the object of this go-getter Gary's ardor. So Licorice Pizza is emotional.
Ardor's a ding word.
You think
sir.
so? Licorice Pizza is it's kind of emotionally resonant, more than a little poignant, occasionally hilarious, and thoroughly fun to watch. And it also boasts sterling and devastatingly accurate supporting performances by Sean Penn, Tom Waits, Maya Rudolph, and others.
Wow.
As various Hollywood types, not to mention a scene-stealing Bradley Cooper as hairdresser to the stars turned Streisand boyfriend and big-time producer John Peters, and the entire Haim family is here as the fictional Alana's family. Licorice Pizza is delicious. It's also in theaters.
Wow, you really liked it.
I did.
Is it based on a true story?
Absolutely not. No, it's based. I think it's based on Anderson's experience growing up in the Valley.
Well, John Peters is a real guy. There are real people in it.
There are some kind of phony names attached to. There's a Lucille Ball character. There's a William Holden character. Sean Penn plays the William Holden character. I have to tell you, I enjoyed the hell out of Licorice Pizza.
All right, what else do you have? Because our time is short on this holiday weekend.
Oh, I know. I understand. You know what? I want to talk about an indie film, that strikes me because we know the person who made it. Welcome to the Show is a provocative new indie from writer, director, actress Dory Barton. And so here's the full disclosure. She's someone both Mark and I know and have seen grow from a hardworking stage, film, and TV actress to a very talented director-screenwriter. Her first project behind the camera, Girl Flu, was a sweet and funny and well-reviewed movie about a middle school kid. She unexpectedly experiences her first period during a field day with her class while she's wearing a pair of white jeans, and her life goes to hell. Anyway, Welcome to the Show is very different, as well as being one more movie that's appropriate to a Thanksgiving setting. It was released just in time for the holiday, and it concerns a quartet of best buddies, college seniors in Richmond, Virginia, who decide to spend their last Thanksgiving together before spring graduation by staying in town, hanging out together, and getting drunk and stoned in town rather than heading home to their families. And I guess, enduring the potential discomfort that can bring on. When one of the guys is invited to an immersive theater experience called The Show, they all decide to attend, and thus begins an odyssey filled with strange encounters, puzzles to be solved, dead ends, revelations, and recriminations, and some thoroughly unexpected turns that elevate the movie beyond what you might expect from what initially seems like, the comedic escapades of four party-hardy young men on the prowl. The four actors who play the rambling foursome, Richard Fallon, Dylan Douglason, Keegan Garant, and Christopher Martin, may just be getting started on their careers, but they're compelling and believable. The Show is worth the ticket price. Speaking of which, available for streaming on demand via Prime Video, iTunes, Vudu, Google Play, etc.
What's it called again?
Welcome to the Show.
Okay.
All right. Recrimination, though. That
Yes,
didn't get
you're right. Thank you. Recrimination should be a thing. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Michael, your time is short.
I know.
Sands of the hourglass.
Okay, let's
are tumbling. My
I
friend.
know that the clock is ticking. The latest Disney animated musical is called Encanto.
Oh, I hope this is good.
That Spanish-ish title is a clue to the fact that the setting is a small, secluded town in Colombia, South America, and it's a town that thrives because of the magical powers of the community's first family, the Madrigals, all of whom have individual magical powers as a sort of birthright. They're kind of like Los Ex-Hombres. Get it? Anyway, one family member is an outlier. Mirabelle has no special powers, so she feels helpless when it appears that the Madrigal's collective magic may somehow be going away. The movie is gorgeous to look at, And although the in-universe rules, reasons, and backstory get a little wonky, Encanto is a fiesta of vibrant color, cool design, and lively movement. Yeah. The characters are endearing, and the songs by no less than Lin-Manuel Miranda are hip-rollingly catchy and warm-hearted, although I couldn't hum any of them for you a week after seeing the movie. It's no Frozen, it's not even Coco or Moana, but it's solid all-ages entertainment, and the great John Leguizamo scores repeatedly as the family black sheep Bruno.
Wow.
Encanto is in theaters, but you know it's going to be a good one for the kids when it gets to Disney+.
He really likes Encanto. Got time for one more, Michael Snyder.
All right, I'm going to squeeze this last one in. We talked about a Thanksgiving skewed movie. I got one more for you. It's called The Humans. It's an adaptation by writer-director Stephen Karam of his Tony-winning play, The Humans, and in it, a man brings his dysfunctional extended family, including Mom, who is suffering from dementia, to his daughter's dank, dark, spare downtown Manhattan apartment for Thanksgiving. Strange things begin happening as familial conflicts erupt, and odd things, bumps, and noises confound the situation. The result is what might be the most disturbing, uncomfortable Thanksgiving dinner I've ever seen portrayed on screen.
I'm out of time. Did you like it or not?
I thought it was well done, and man, the cast was great. Richard Jenkins, Amy Schumer, Stephen
Wow,
Yeun,
those
and
are great
Beanie
ones.
Feldstein. It's in theaters and on Showtime. The Humans, prickly.
House of Gucci,
cool.
He really liked. Licorice Pizza, he really liked. Encanto, good for the whole family. Welcome to the Show, he really liked. And The Humans, he liked. He comes and goes on a rainbow. Thank you, Michael Snyder.
Thank you, Michael.
Woo. Thank you for coming in on Thanksgiving. Love it. That's our big Thanksgiving offering. When we come back, Michael, I have one bone to pick about the James Bond movie. Stay here. When we come back, I will share my James Bond issue.
Okay.
Mark Thompson Show, KGO 810. KGO 810, Mark Thompson here. It is Thanksgiving weekend, and we're giving you fresh content, which is very unusual for our show. But Michael Snyder is just here, and he's talking about all the different movies, and I've asked him to stay on. I have one issue, and it's a big issue with James Bond. I saw the movie, and I really liked it. And, you know, I'd heard cross currents about how good it was, but you were emphatic about how good it was, and you were right. It is good.
Okay? It is great. I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's stunts, a great of Bond stuff, and gadgets, and people, and characters, and a lot of, a tip of the hat to other stuff that has gone on earlier in the franchise. You know it's Daniel Craig's last, and they didn't make too big a deal of it, but they made enough of a deal. But you can't, and this has been widely reported, so this is not a spoiler. This has been in press. You can't kill James Bond. You just can't do it.
Yeah, I do understand that in a lot of people's minds, he is impervious to bullets, knives,
In
and
a lot of
everything
people's minds, it's at the center of the entire franchise.
Let me just say
He's
something.
James Bond. It's like killing Superman. You can't do that either.
Kryptonite.
No, it's outrageous. You do not kill James Bond.
Okay.
Why are you yelling?
Let me just say, Mark, it's a 5-movie series with a beginning, a middle, and an end that has emotional and personal growth over the course of it by the main character.
That it's a good thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I thought they were just trying to pass along the 007 to somebody else, right? A new agent.
No, but it's not 007. I hear that from other people. It's James Bond. It's not called 007. It's called James Bond. They don't say your name. It's 7. 007. No, he says Bond, James Bond.
Your rage as a Bondophile is certainly understood. Hey, I just want people to know that Mark has a beautiful photograph of a cell from Thunderball with Adolfo Celli.
I love James Bond.
And with Connery, and it's it's lovely, and it's in a place of honor in his home. And I understand his love of Bond, but I have to tell you, this is its own thing. 5 movies with one guy. Beginning, middle, and end. We see him at his start in Casino Royale. They basically, quote-unquote, reboot the Bond franchise, and it comes to a conclusion. We never see the body at the end of it, but the truth is it has a lovely symmetry. And I just want to say one more thing. This movie, No Time to Die, is one of the few films when I was emotionally choked up at a couple points.
You just don't get it, really.
You don't get it, Michael. You don't. This is a typical Hollywood crap. Go back to Hollywood with that crap. Give me back James Bond.
Okay,
James
okay.
Bond does not die, sir.
Why are you yelling?
I'll meet you at Katsuya. We'll talk this out.
All right. Thank you. Have a great holiday weekend as we wrap up for this Thanksgiving Friday. Mark Thompson, KGO, 810.